Greetings, my fellow travelers. I've been trying to do a video today and earlier in the week without success. And part of the problem I was experiencing this evening is I was trying to combine two things at once, which one was a walkthrough and the other one was, well, what the video was about. So, let's deal with the walkthrough. We're at Casa de Esteban Peral, and well, I don't know if I'd shown this before, but yeah, that's the farmer's section with side office for the exocraft technician close to the landing pad and the Minotaur, and the nip planters. 4 and times 5 is 20 nip, which replaces the biodomes that were here and just didn't like the back and forth in them. The Raven Rock setup was much better for the planters. I replaced it with animal feeders in the hope of, well, luring these critters away from the exocraft and the landing pad and the open field here with, well, varied success. And I do believe while I put 200 in a couple weeks ago, oh, alright, time to replenish. I wonder if it's a question of how long it plays as opposed to how long it's been total. And earlier there was harvestable material, but not this time. Alright, fair enough. Although I would think that in creative there would be no need to replenish the damn thing, but, well, the heck, that's just me. Okay, so, the most recent video had the updates here, but was missing this. Finished the kitchen. So fridges, oven with stovetop, and yes, even a fan. Shelving, including clean dishes, some Tupperware, storage bin, microwave, and yes, a sink. That was fucking tricky. No change here. Those guys were actually under the building for the longest time, and that's relevant because that was one change I did recently. I moved them, I shrunk them, and replaced them with these guys. And the irony is that was from a few weeks back when I was deleting bases left, right, and center. I didn't delete any bases in this save. This is a save on my second profile, Esteban Peral, hence why everything has Spanish names, or almost everything. And those are the bases. So Casa de Esteban Peral, where we're at. This was, well, let's see how the PlayStation 5 works following, whichever expedition it was at the time. The portal nearby, I've tried and diverted a fair bit from Spoon's beginning bases video. Azul Profundo, which is virtually done, but never will be completed. And for the Adrift expedition, Whispering Eggs and Blood in the Waters. We're going to go to Puerta Estellar, just to have a look at the final touches. The big reason, or the only reason really, why I have a save on my second profile on the PlayStation 5, same second profile I have on before, is when my PlayStation 4 got lobotomized the other summer. I wanted to continue playing No Man's Sky, and I was curious to see what the 5 version of the game looked like compared to the PlayStation 4 version of the game. And at the time I did not really notice any big differences, but I'd use Esteban Peral to build the Winter Hole Pyramid, which eventually got deleted because the pyramid was not visible from my primary save in my primary profile, George Lucas Light, and the primary save is Dave's Campaign. Yay! So this is new. I add this in to fill in this spot. And there's the office of the farmer, Geck. I threw a rug down on the top biodome, surrounded by frostwork, and called it, basically his sleeping pad, because we really don't want him to sleep on this floor. This gives us 20 nip-nips in just one shot, and there's 5 biodomes on this floor. So, neat. And I finalized a second sleeping area. There may be a video about it already, but like in Warrior's sleeping quarters, Korvac's sleeping quarters, and they share it the same way Wednesday and Enid from the Wednesday Addams show did, with probably a lot less snarling. And I wonder if it's visible from up here. Yes, it is. I've added 2 geobays and, well, a platform, for lack of a better word, around the landing pad. One of them is for the Minotaur, the other one is for the Roamer. So yeah, I'm quite satisfied with how this little base turned out. It used to be just a placeholder, teleporter ring, biofuel generator, and the landing pad. And it's, well, it's a little bit different from my usual fare, a lot more metal. Puerta, Estellar, Stargate. Alright, and the last one, Mar Azul Profundo, also known in English as Deep Blue Sea. And again, there may or may not have been a video indicating what I was working on, but things have blossomed, so to speak. So have a quick look type thing, leave it at that. When Adrift is over, I will delete the save. Before I delete the save, I will systematically delete the bases in order to free up the terrain for people who may want to claim it. I hope that will free up the terrain, but previous experience indicate that once you've plopped down a base computer somewhere, no one else can, unless you give them permission to build, at which point base computer is pretty much irrelevant. Alright, whoops, nope, that's downstairs. 3rd floor, that's where we want to go. So yeah, each biodome has its own crop, 15 per biodome, although they don't always give you just one item. Like the Frostworks will give you, I think, like 50 per item. And that leads to the habitat section, which will not be finished at this point. I just stated that I'm planning on wiping out the save. This was updated in the sense that it was shortened by 1 cuboid to avoid it encroaching on the deposits. And damning Worlds Part 1 with faint praise, not only is the water clearer, but also the glass seems to be clearer. Because, do you see the smudges we used to have with glass? No. And why is that important? Well, you can see the anti-submarine barrier. Those are supply pipes connecting a bunch of depots which are sunk into the rock, basically excavated holes, plopped down the depots, restored the ground, and somewhere over there there's a, there it is, a hotspot, and this is collecting 20,000 nitrogen a day. And you can see the other biodomes, and the big one is the 4th floor, where the central hub has single planters for the albumin pearls. Oops, And yeah, you can see it's easy to get turned around. This one would lead us to the first floor, and this one would lead us to the second floor. Yeah, so. Fuck it. Supposed to be a farewell tour, so, you know, let's tour. The other thing I had considered to do with this base is actually excavate the passage between the two lagoons and plop down the nautilon underneath the landing pad. But I see little point in spending that time and effort knowing full well I'm going to be deleting the base eventually. That goes down to 2. And that goes down to 1. Alright, and we're back here. So, that's where we're at, folks. That's Esteban Peral. That's the portal on my original planet, original save, Secrus Major, where Raven Rock, Blindrel Hall, Solitude Tree are located. Matter of fact, the irony is if you go to Secrus Major portal and go to the little cuboid building I have, you do not see the massive pyramid I built over the portal called Solitude Tree. So yeah, these bases exist to help out people still doing the expedition. And, you know, if it helps, it helps. Great. And that's where we're at, my fellow travelers. And I'll address the other topic, the one that's got me bummed out, because you probably hear it in my voice, in a separate, more concise video where I'm not dealing with the walkabout. Cheers, until next time.